identifying people who have been have been displaced by the floods, and people who have actually genuinely been displaced and need the help that they need. Nimewambia hapa, mtu yoyote mwenye atafungua platform akisema anachangishia watu wenye wamekuwa affected na floods on a personal number, that person is a thief. That person is a thief. Anybody who wants to help Kenyans wenye wameumizwa na flooding in the ground, they need to go to the website ya Kenya Red Cross. Sawa sawa. The Kenya Red Cross website has an option where you can donate. Sawa sawa. And that website gives you option to donate ata shilingi moja, ata shilingi mbili. You can donate from all over the world. So I'm appealing to my followers, if you really want to help the Kenyans that have been displaced by floods, go to the Kenya Red Cross website and donate. Because it's important that we support people, and we support people the right way. Do not give money to any personal number, because there will be no way for you to account for it. And there is no way for you to verify the work that they have done on the ground. Don't give money to a personal number. Do not take part in any mchango here that is supposed to be helping, quote unquote, people who have been displaced by floods. There is the Kenya Red Cross Society. If people are genuine about supporting Kenyans, they need to do it the right way. It doesn't matter which team, hata kama ni ya Eric Omondi, please, even if it is Eric Omondi knows very well, he's been doing other works which I don't want to talk about, but at the end of the day, this is a disaster relief management program, management outreach that is beyond even Eric Omondi. He cannot do it. This is not the normal charities that he does here. Alafu anaokota pesa kujenga manyumba na nini. No, this is completely different, because one of the things you people don't understand is that when a disaster like this happens, these organizations receive millions of dollars and from donors and funders to actually support Kenyans. There is disaster relief management in Kenya. There is organizations, there is the ministries that actually take care of these things, this funding. And right now, I can assure you, go to the Kenyan Red Cross website, you will see that the Kenya Red Cross actually has about 48 million blankets and warm, beddings and coverings for people. So they already have this. So why are you buying blankets again? Can you tell me? And the reason why we need to stay away from this thing and do things the right way is because when a disaster like this happens in Kenya, these things are actually documented and they're tabulated, and it's important for the right numbers to actually appear on these websites and the right ministries, because disaster relief and disaster management is something that is monitored and evaluated for accountability purposes. And it's important that we accept and acknowledge that the government has systems, even if they are not working at this moment, but the floods just began. The government has not said that they are overwhelmed. The government has not shown you that they do not have that funding. The Kenya Red Cross has and is always done a good job of helping Kenyans when there is a disaster. Let us be people that are interested in doing charity work the right way. Sawa. Hii vitu watu wanakuja hapa kusema eti wanataka kufanya mchango ya kusaidia Wakenya. Chekesha. Uongo. It's lies. You cannot do any disaster relief management program for a whole government. That is what I call bullshit. Sawa sawa. So mwache mchezo hapa kwa hii platform. If you want to fundraise money, do it another way, but not that. The Kenyan government is fully capable of taking care of issues when they arise. And that is why we have the Kenya Red Cross. We have organizations like Care International Plan. These are the organizations and the bigwigs that actually give money and funding to the government to support people who have been affected. Unasikia? In one way they have done and the places they have been to. And it is actually documented, because if people are affected by a natural disaster, the things that are collected on the ground become statistics, and it's actually documented. And those documentations will help the government plan for a future disaster, and it helps them plan for, disaster relief management in the future. So you as a TikToker, when you come here and decide to donate and you want to fundraise maybe 100, 200,000, ati unataka kusaidia watu on the ground, utajuaje hao watu wewe? Utawajuaje? How will you know who has been displaced by floods? Do they come with a plaster on their head? Ati mimi nimekuwa displaced. How will you know this person amekuwa displaced? How will you know this person lost their family, their child to the flooding? Utajuaje? Kwa sababu ni ngumu kujua. Please allow the government and the people who have the right structures to do it. You have no business engaging. Let us be honest. The best Kenyans can do, and all the people in the diaspora, please, I'm appealing to the people, all the health workers in the United States, the nurses and everybody here, people who believe in giving, please go to the website for Kenya Red Cross and donate your money there. That is where you need to put your money, because when you put your money there, it's going to be put to the right cause, and you can watch how your money is being used, and you're also able to monitor the progress they are making on the ground, because they update their website every single hour. Please, Wakenya, tuacheni kujifanya hapa. Let us not use this disaster to try and enrich ourselves. It's wrong. Anybody coming on this platform and claiming eti wanataka kufundraise kusaidia Wakenya, nimewambia hiyo ni uongo. Hakuna usaidizi wanaenda kupea Wakenya. Hao ni watu wanataka kujisaidia, wanataka kufilisha mifuko yao. Yes, nimewambia hapa ukweli. That's what they want to do. People are taking care or taking advantage of a disaster on this platform, and they want to use that to fundraise and get money. Yeah. So if you really, really mean well for Kenyans and you want to fundraise for Kenyans, take that money to the Kenya Red Cross. Take that money to Plan International. Take that money to Care International. Take that money to World Vision. Take that money to their donation portal and put it there, because it's going to be helpful and it's money that will be put to good use. TikTokers do not have the mandate to actually fundraise and help people when a disaster like this happens. They do not. They do not. Nyamasiro poa hawana. There is no TikToker here that has that mandate and capability of actually giving money down to the ground to the right people who actually need the money. Hakuna hata mmoja hapa. And it's the truth that you may not want to hear, but that's just the truth. The only thing you are going to be capable of doing is fundraising the money, but on the ground where the help is needed, you are not capable of identifying the real victims and the real people who need that help. You are not. So nyi watu tuacheni hizi mchezo mingi. Auka, stop it. You are a person who is supposed to be brilliant. Kindly advise your friend properly. Unamdanganya. And I've said it and I'm repeating it again. Now that looks like Safaricom wants to go to court with NYAKO, tafadhali chukweni seatbelt na mfunge. Fungeni seatbelts, because it's about to get bumpy ahead. And a lot is going to happen. So just fasten your seatbelts and let us watch what is coming ahead. Because if they did not respond to the demand letter in 7 days, it simply means that they are like, okay, let's meet in court. Because the first step is that demand letter, and when they don't respond to it within 7 days, then Danston Omari is going to be forced to actually file a lawsuit against Safaricom in court. And let us now we call them, let the legal minds now put their heads together. Hii haitakuwa kuchambana ile chai yenu ya kawaida yenye mmezoea ya kutukana mikundu za watu na makuma za watu na mama za watu na watoto wa watu. Hapa itakuwa ni if you do not understand, if you do not read, if you are not knowledgeable, if you don't understand the Kenyan Penal Code and how things work, hapa utakaa tu kando tafadhali. And I encourage you people to keep reading. Read so you understand lawsuits in Kenya and how they work. So many so that mkifika mahali umeenda kwa platform mahali usijiaibishe. Sawa sawa. Hii haitakuwa ya ama watu walevi watakuja kusema no. We are gonna be objective when we are doing this analysis, and we need to educate people as much as possible. So and I'm repeating what I'm saying. I will repeat this again, so that people wenye wako na masikio, watu wamejitajirisha hapa TikTok, others wamenunua magari. Watu wamejitajirisha TikTok. Wajaluo husema motuo uondo manum. Only inaitwaje, wale wajinga ndio waliwao. Kuna watu wamejitajirisha hapa, so you just have to be smart at the end of the day. So anyway, kwa pilika zangu hapa kwa TikTok nimetembea kidogo, nikatembea nikaona wengine wanateta, Diana, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Mnanichekeshanga saa ingine. I don't do things for anybody. I do things for myself. Any decision I make it for myself. After thinking by myself. I took NYAKO to court by myself. Nobody on TikTok helped me take her to court. I did it peke yangu. And by myself, I also chose to withdraw that case peke yangu. Sawa. And I'm repeating it again. Your opinions and what you choose to say about this particular issue is none of my business. So you guys can make as much noise as you want. You can yap as much as you want, but I know what I'm doing. Umeelewana? I do not think I have made the wrong decision. I know what I am doing. So, and right now you might not see what I'm doing, but you will see it very soon. So I don't want, I'm a grown woman, I'm a grown adult. I really hate it when people want to tell me, sijui, angefanya nini. That was a decision I made mimi mwenyewe. Na nimerepeat hapa, I don't care what even NYAKO says about my decision. Okay? I don't care if she chooses to open a live and be disrespectful. I don't care. I have made my decision. And my decision is final. Nothing is going to change it. Tumeelewana hapo? So no matter what noise you make out there, I don't care. Because talk is cheap. So watu wenye wanataka kuongea muongea. Alafu another thing, I really hate it when people try to associate me with simping. I have never been a simper, will never be a simper, not yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I do not do that kind of shit. And I never will. Umeelewana? And I don't know why you people obsess receive simu. Poleni guys. Nilikuwa nimereceive simu. Pole. I'm sorry guys, I received a phone call. Yeah. Why now? Umeona ataibika because he has a anime. Unaandika English ama unaandika Kizungu ama unaandika Kiswahili? Kwanza enda ukarekebishe hiyo nini yako. Go and fix your grammar, then you can come back to my live. Moderators, can you block this Aline so she can go fix her grammar? So she can learn a little bit of comprehension and then she can know how to write proper English before she comes to my live. Ala, nakuja hapa na broken grammar ati kunijaribu kuniaddress na vitu ambazo hazieleweki. Nonsense. He, kwenda kabisa. So anyway, as I was saying, the case between me and NYAKO was coming up on the 14th of May. You guys can look it up. Nilikuwa nimeshawaambia the case number, go and check it. Let me repeat the case number so you look it up online. It is MCC capital and stroke E 513 2 stroke 2023. So we're gonna have our first hearing on the 14th of May. And I repeat, this case, NYAKO was not going to give her testimony. It was going to be undefended because she refused to honor the summons of the court. We had already filed for that. So the argument about people saying, oh, aliona nini, nothing. There was no way she was going to beat nothing in that case. So that's a choice that I have made, and I'm sticking by my choice because of personal reasons, okay? That I will state later in this journey when we reach with the people we are going to reach with at the end of the show. Munasemanga ati the sweet by and by we shall reach on the beautiful shore. Ama ile wimbo inaimbanga aje? Oh, in the sweet by and by we shall meet in the beautiful shores. In the sweet by and by we shall meet on the beautiful shores. So the people we are going to meet with on the beautiful shores will understand why I made that decision today. A lot are not going to make it. I'm confident I'll be on that beautiful shore. But I know there are some casualties that are not going to make it on that beautiful shore. One of the casualties is Peekaboo. The second casualty is Mwakio. By the Mwakio, I hope you know that there is another case unaenda kushikwa very soon. I hope you are aware. Another casualty that is not gonna meet it in the beautiful shore very soon. Huyo casualty mwingine sitamtaja jina, lakini amekuwa akipiga kelele hapa sana na sauti yake, kumbe yeye pia alikuwa ametoa vitu za ulaghai akapatiana police station. In the sweet by and by tuta meet in the beautiful shore. Sawa. And one big casualty which I am personally going to be pursuing, mimi mwenyewe as Diana, and I'm doing this, and I told you guys this is something that has bothered me because of the things that I stand for. I have always stood for women and the values of women, and I have always spoken about violence against women, and I am against revenge porn from the deepest part of my heart. I'm not going to support anyone who is pro-revenge porn. I am not going to endorse anyone that is pro-revenge porn. I am not going to be comfortable with a person that is okay violating women and does not take accountability for it or responsibility for their actions. That is not who I am. That is against my values. And my values will never change yesterday, today, and tomorrow. They will stand and stick because we are here today because other women actually died, bled, for us to be here. We are able to even have women rights. We are even able to have protections because some women somewhere sacrificed for us to be here today. For me to sit back as a person who understands social justice and be comfortable in this space and endorse revenge porn would be shooting myself in the foot, because this can happen to any one of you. Any woman here can find their vagina on TikTok. Don't think you're safe. You're not, and you never will be. As long as you are sexually active and you're engaging men on this platform, anything can happen to you. Hata mabwana mwenye wameoa watu officially, even men that have married women have shamed them using their bodies. Even husbands have recorded their wives. So you're not safe. And you never will be. So the work we're going to be doing here, it's going to upset people. It's going to make people very uncomfortable. But this is something I must do. I have to. Not just for me, but for other women. And not just for NYAKO, but for other women. I believe that Big Daddy has a case to answer. And he needs to answer it fully. And I know nobody else can tackle him here. Not even that NYAKO, because NYAKO is completely... You can see that this thing has actually affected this woman. And she's not even capable of tackling him. Hawezi? She can't even face him. She can barely talk about him. She can't. And it doesn't matter. Even if she's a thief, even if she's a con woman, even if she's a murderer, the fact is this man violated her, period. All other things are unnecessary. The fact that revenge porn actually happened, that is my focus. And I'm going to say, because I know Big Daddy is a very abusive man. And I have really tried as much as I can to talk to this guy, but he has really refused to listen. Completely abusive, completely reckless, and completely arrogant. Doesn't listen to anybody and chest thumps even after doing what he did. Yesterday, we were just having a simple conversation where I asked him a very simple thing: to own up and at least say sorry. He went round and round in circles, and then he ended up claiming some sort of power to be crowned as a prime minister. Then he thought that Mimi Diana Nyanjois, I can actually give that power to him. Me. On what basis would I do that? Then he goes all around and talks about him. Ati, I want to put him in jail by admitting. Big Daddy, you're forgetting that you already admitted that you sent that video to Merupriti. Why are you forgetting so fast? You think that me have not been be paying attention? Unafikiria hii kitu ni kitu mimi I would let it slide, knowing me. You think that this is something I would let slide? I needed you to actually say it, and I needed to have a recording of you saying that you sent it to Merupriti, because I knew you sent it to her, but you've never come out to acknowledge it. Na mimi nimewaambia, it doesn't matter who is going to be affected when the shit starts happening here in the United States. If you know that you received those videos, I do not care if you are the Queen of England. I do not care if you received that video in the United States. You have a case to answer. And the most beautiful thing is that when I talked to my lawyer, they said that I don't have to be the person that is affected. That is the most beautiful thing that I ever, like yesterday I was so happy 2 weeks ago when they told me that I don't have to be the victim. I was so happy. So yesterday you rambling and talking about, hey, I want to put you in jail. My friend, you already put yourself in jail. You said it on a live. And I triggered you to actually talk about it. When Merupriti went on a rampage and decided to come attacking me, I called out and pinned Merupriti, and you actually fell for it and went and opened a live because you are a person that is always obsessed with attention and viewership. So you went and officially opened a live and said it with your own mouth, with your face showing on the live, on your own account, that you sent that video to Merupriti. And that is all I needed. So don't ever think that revenge porn is something you're going to get away with. It's not going to happen. You guys can call me a snake. You can call me anything you want to do. But my values will never change. I'm against violence against women yesterday, tomorrow, and in the future. There's no way I was going to be comfortable with revenge porn. So all of you who received that video in the United States, be checking your mails regularly moving forward because it's not going to be easy on this platform. By the way, Mimi, I'm very ready for you guys to bully me. Niko tayari. Sawa? Because me, I got all the recordings I needed. I believe the last recording I needed was yesterday when you actually even affirmed it yesterday that you're not going to apologize. There's no point that you said no. You just said you're not going to apologize. And you even added more salt by saying that you can't be forced to speak while the other person that you are involved with is the one that chose to come, and speak before you. So you are actually affirming the fact that you had a relationship with this woman. And that's all I needed. So we know the source, we know the people that shared it, and that's what we need. Beautiful thing is that all the 4 individuals that you worked with to harm this woman are in the United States. And that's our starting point. Sawa. So, tutaendelea hivyo hivyo. Na mimi, it doesn't matter what you people think. And I've told you guys before. This is about justice, not just for one woman, but for all women. We need men to understand that consent is not something that you apply when you want to have sex with women. Consent consent is something that you apply even when you want to share the intimate pictures in photos of a woman without their permission. It doesn't matter if she said that you record her. It doesn't matter if you guys agreed on recording each other. The fact that you chose to share it without asking for her permission, you violated that. And that is criminal. I hope you get it. Sawa, tumeelewana? Sawa. Ngojeni. Naangalia kitu hapa. Mnajua lazima niende kwa Google. Si mnasema ninaendanga Google. Okay. Now, listen. This is what it says in Florida. Florida has a revenge porn law. This is what it says. Ukisoma pale kwa Google. Florida's revenge porn law, also known as the Sexual Cyber Harassment Act. That is the Florida statute of 784.049. Makes it illegal to publish or distribute sexually illicit, explicit images or videos of another person without their consent. Sawa sawa. This includes posting the images on a website, sending them to another individual. This also includes social media network, okay, electronically through email, text message, peer-to-peer networks, WeChat, Skype, or Facebook Messenger. Sawa sawa. Now, this is what somebody gets for this. It's a first-degree misdemeanor up to 12 months in jail. Sawa sawa. Tumeelewa? And also, it will depend on the adversity of the issue and how it's been harmful and the parties involved. Sawa. Tumeelewana? Misha Maila, unajishika kinini? Unajishika hivi kwa live yangu kwa nini? Umekuja kulilia nani kwa live yangu? Why are you coming to mourn in my life? Moderators, peleka huyu aende akasimame pale City Mortuary akalilie watu wenye wamekufa huko. There are so many people that need people wenye wanaweza kuwalilia, and so many people wenye wanataka watu wenye wanaweza kulilia maiti yao pale. There is so many people huko wenye wako na majonzi, wamekosa hata watu wa kuwalilia. Aende pale City Mortuary kwa unclaimed bodies akashike mashavu yake pale. You don't come to my life na unanishikia mashavu. Ala? Unanishikia mashavu kwa nini kwa live? Kwenda huko. Sawa. So guys, that is what I wanted to share. Now, on BOSSKHAN is been a runaway. Yeye anapotea, aishi pali pamoja. He's being hunted by the police in the UK. He has never been found anywhere. So asikuja hapa kuwadanganya ati polisi walikuja kumpata akapigia sijui Rosso simu. That is a big fat lie. The last address penye alikuwa ni ya shared housing na kulikuwa na a family of 4 penye aliishi, alienda kutafutwa huko hakupatikana. He's been looked for in almost 3 places and 3 addresses hajapatikana. So he's a person that akishapatikana, akishashikwa hivi, I will be the first person to let you know. Mimi mwenyewe ndio nitakuwa the first person kuambia. So asikuja hapa kuwadanganya ati aja sijui ati kuna polisi walienda kwake sijui. No, that is a lie. Unasikia? Na bado sijaongelelea huyu mwanaume vizuri because mimi mwenyewe I myself, after everything will be done with my case and my baby, and like I said, for my child, for my baby, I will go the end of the world. And he is not going to escape this. So yeye atazidi na matusi yake, but I can tell you I've been quiet for a reason. There is no way you're going to violate my baby and get away with it. That is over my dead body. If there's anything anybody would ever want to touch, is my baby. If you want to know who I am and what I'm made of, touch my child. I will go through the pits of hell for my baby. So I love my children like crazy to death. Touch my baby, I'm willing to go all the way. So acha yeye apige tu kelele, apige kelele, siku atanabwa tu nding. There is no day that the police would go out to go and arrest BOSSKHAN and I'm not aware. I am the person who reported him. So ache kuja hapa na kuwauzia stories ajabu. So, and I'm repeating it. BOSSKHAN is in the closet. He's a gay man in the closet. He has refused to admit that he had actually fallen in love with Rosso. Because hii chuki yako nayo is not normal. Like, how can you be hateful like that towards another man? Mpaka unaenda kuchunguza wanawake wake na girlfriends wake. What would motivate a man like that to do that? Jealousy. You wanted to have an intimate relationship with Rose, and when it did not happen, you became angry. Get out of the closet, BOSSKHAN. Toka kwa closet. Sawa. You guys, I have to go. Nimeshawasalimia. Tutaendelea na tutazidi kuangalia what is going on in the streets as we wait to see what happens with the Safaricom lawsuit. I am so happy the way things are going. Ni kuangalia tuna macho. We are studying the weather. As I said, that peace is going to come after the storm. This boat and the storm is going to be rocked properly. But there are people who are going to reach the end of the shore. We shall meet at the beautiful shore, but there are others who will not reach that shore. So, yes. Sawa sawa nyi watu. Na mkuwe peaceful. Tafadhalini. Thank you, my moderators, for everything that you do for me. I value you. I treasure you. Thank you to all the people who gifted me and the team tappers. Asante for keeping this live safe and kicking. Tutaonana baadaye. Sawa sawa. And be good out there. And take care of yourselves.